We're just 4 days out from Election Day, and one of the races San Diego voters will help decide is the District 4 seat on the Board of Supervisors. You can scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen to learn more about the race. It's currently held by Nathan Fletcher, who is running for a second term. As ABC 10 News reporter Jennifer Kastner explains, his main opponent is the co-founder of the Reopen movement and criticizes Fletcher's handling of the pandemic.
Meet the three candidates for the San Diego County Board of Supervisors, District 4. There's board chair and incumbent supervisor Nathan Fletcher and first-time candidates Amy Reichert and Sadiqa Hooker. They're vying for a seat in a district that spans parts of Kearny Mesa, downtown, Mission Valley, the College area, and La Mesa. Democrat Fletcher, a Marine vet, led the county through the pandemic, helping set guidelines for business closures, masking, and vaccine distribution. He is endorsed by the UT's editorial board. Republican Amy Reichert is a state-licensed investigator. She fiercely drove the Reopen movement and vows to never vote to raise taxes. Democrat Sadiqa Hooker is a diversity and inclusion coordinator and believes her age of 27 is an asset, drawing in young voters. We asked each about three priorities: the handling of the pandemic, addressing homelessness, and easing the housing crisis. Starting with the pandemic, Fletcher affirms that the strict measures taken with business and school closures and masking policies were the correct decisions at the time.
You don't make decisions with the benefit of hindsight. You make decisions with the information you have in front of us. And I think as a county, we did the very best we could. But the voters have a clear choice, in choosing me for another term. They can choose someone who believed the science, who trusted the public health experts, and who did everything we can. And it is without question that our efforts save lives.
He is a proponent of the COVID vaccine and has encouraged his constituents to get vaccinated.
The person that we've been finding is chiefly responsible for the lockdowns here in San Diego has been Nathan Fletcher. So that's why I decided to run.
Reichert co-founded Reopen San Diego, which believes lockdowns destroy lives. She and her supporters think the government does not have authority to decide which businesses are essential or not. She said she is vaccinated, but then clarified.
I'm fully vaccinated. I've had every single vaccine. So have my children.
And you're vaccinated for COVID, correct?
Well, the mRNA. Okay, gotcha.
She went on to explain how the vaccine is not a silver bullet and that she and her family remain unvaccinated for COVID.
So what I would put myself in the category is I'm vaccine hesitant. I just don't know what we don't know about the long-term effects of it. And so I just decided to take a wait and see.
I think I would have liked to have seen more consistency with which types of businesses got to stay open and which ones didn't.
Hooker believes that the shutdowns could have been handled with more care and equity, and that individuals should be left to make their own decisions about masking and vaccines.
I don't think we prioritized our youth. We saw private schools open up sooner, and some didn't ever close. And I think that exhibited a little bit of classism.
She says she is fully vaccinated for COVID. On the issue of homelessness, Fletcher stated that we have
mobile crisis response teams countywide. Our 6th crisis stabilization unit up and running, historic and unprecedented investment in new sheltering opportunities. And so, we are moving in the right direction.
I really like the plan in El Cajon where there's homeless outreach teams, and these homeless outreach teams are staffed with social workers and mental health care workers. Through building of relationships, they are successfully able to get people into shelters and off the street by a rate of 40%. Isn't that a plan that we should be replicating all throughout the county?
Our homeless population has a lot of, is struggling with drug addiction, is struggling with mental illness. And so I would definitely create initiatives to create more services to acknowledge that within the population, and as well as build more housing to assist them.
When asked about the high cost of living,
we are making progress. We've got more than 1,000 units of affordable housing under construction underway on county-owned land. We issued more building permits this year to build more housing than we have going back many, many, many years.
Right now, the cost of housing is just ridiculous. And what goes along with that is property taxes, because it's proportional to the sales price. So who's benefiting the most right now from the inflation and the high housing costs right now in San Diego, it's the government.
We see local government mandates right now that are preventing developers to from building at the rate to address that rapid population growth we're seeing here in San Diego.
Following next Tuesday's primary election, 2 of these 3 candidates will head to November's runoff election to ultimately earn a seat for the next 4 years. Jennifer Kastner, ABC 10 News.